retention rates in online classes are lower than retention rates in face-to-face classes. Here's a report inside of MPC Online that will perhaps help you improve the retention and success of your students in online classes. Go to Course Administration, down to Reports, and choose Activity Completion. The Activity Completion Report shows all of the students in the rows and all the activities in the columns, and you can see check marks for each activity that a student has completed. You can see quickly from this report that 2 students have done lots of the activities and these other students haven't. Now that I can see which students are falling behind, I can use MPC Online to send them an email. I'll show you how to do that in just a minute. But first, how do you set your course up so that this report, this activity completion report, is possible? I'm going to come up here to the breadcrumb trail and I'm going to right-click the name of the course and open that in a new tab. I now have 2 tabs logged in the same way in both tabs, and here I am at the main portion of the course. First thing you have to do to make the activity completion report work is go to Course Administration and edit the settings and make sure that you have activity completion turned on. You'll find a completion tracking section and make sure that's set to yes. And the next thing that you have to do is for each activity you have to make sure that you tell MPC Online you want an activity completion checkbox. For example, let's look at the final exam. I'll click Edit and edit the settings of the final exam. And I'll scroll down to the activity completion area, and here it is. I've told it students must submit to this activity to complete it. That is, the system will put in the check mark when the student submits the activity. There are 3 options. I could have no check marks, I could have a check mark that the student puts in, or a check mark that the system puts in. And it's almost always best to have the system put in the check marks because then you know the check mark is reliable. That's how you create the conditions for the activity completion report. Now, suppose I want to send an email to these students. Well, what I want to do is shrink this window a little bit, and then in my other tab I'm going to drag the other tab to make a new window, and then I'm just going to set this window over here a little bit so that I can see the students, and at the same time I can see my course. And in the course I'm going to click Compose New Email. Here I can see the students that I might want to send to whom I might want to send the email. And I can see that Marcus Shaw and Laura Franklin student and Sydney student, and I can pick Marcus and click Add. Or if I want, I can click one and then I can click Control and pick several others and add. Or you can click the first one and then go down to the last one you want and hold down the Shift key and then click with the Shift key held to add all those people. And from here you just send the email like normal, put in a subject, put in a message, and then send the email. There's another report I'd like to show you. Under Course Administration, Reports, Course Participation. The Course Participation Report concentrates on a single activity rather than on many activities. And I'm going to tell the Course Completion Report that I want to look at Task 1. Maybe this is the very first assignment that the students are supposed to do on day 1, and that I want to see what the students are doing in that activity, and I click Go. And it's now going to show me all of the students and what activity, if any, they have done in this Task 1. We can see no activity by anyone except Steve B. Gmail, and here I can click the students that I would like to send a message to. Now this message is not an email, it's a message, an instant message within the MPC Online system. If I click OK and then give the message some words, the next time the student logs in, down in the bottom right corner of the screen, the student will see a new box with the contents of this message. When might you use these reports? Well, one idea is to use that activity completion report or this course participation report. Why not use it at the end of day 1 or the end of day 2 of your course? As soon as you've discovered that you know the course is supposed to start on a Monday, if a student hasn't done the first activity by the end of Monday night or hasn't done anything by Tuesday noon, that may well be a good time to send a message to that student, reminding them that the course has started and offering any assistance that they might need. You can also send this message to a student who maybe got a good start in the course, but now you see is starting to drift a little bit, has missed an assignment, was late for an assignment. You could send an encouraging message to that student. You could also send a blanket email to all students. Don't forget, assignments due tomorrow at 6 p.m., that sort of thing. Hopefully, using these kinds of reports, we can improve retention and student success.